Not doing a whole lot today. Just cleaning up a little bit. Went to the county this morning to pull permits for the building. Here I'm expecting it to, take architectural drawings. Let me preface that I'm no construction guy, and truthfully, I've never pulled a permit for shit in my life. So I'm the whole time I'm trying to draw this site plan up, I'm thinking it's got to be, like draftsman quality, perfect. So I kept trying to draw it out and enlarge the plat to make sure everything's situated within 1 inch of where it needs to be. And basically getting nowhere. It doesn't look right to me. Doesn't look right. Doesn't look professional. Like it matters. And last week I called the county up and talked to the lady there on the phone. And I asked her straight up, I'm like, I'm doing a metal garage on my lot over here in Dunn. And she asked what size and all that, and, what's located on the lot, blah, blah, blah. So, gave her the whole spiel. Her words were pretty much just do the best that you can. Yeah, well, in my mind, that translates into whatever. So I actually jokingly said to her, I said, so if I drew it up on a cocktail napkin and used a purple crayon, but all the dimensions were right, that'd be good, right? She goes, yeah, maybe not the purple crayon part. You might want to use red or blue or whatever she said, something like that. I took that as, as long I explained, our setbacks are 10 feet off the property line. Like I told her, I'm double that. I'm 40 feet away from the house and 20 something feet away from the property line at the building. And there's nothing else there. My sewer lines are all the way on the other side of the house, 100 feet away or 75, 80 feet away from the building. So anyway, I went there this morning, gave her what I considered 8-up drawing and dimensions and the money for the permit fee. And I was there for less than 15 minutes. I'd say I was probably there for about 12 minutes total time. And good to go. So I'm just kind of ecstatic about that, and contacted builders and gave them, we're good to go. Sent them pictures of the lot because I wanted to see that to make sure that lot's ready as far as the grading goes. I mean, they're going to do a little bit of grading, but I can only imagine they go out to some sites and it's just nowhere near right. So I sent them that, copies of the permit. And that leads me to another story. The guy that was doing my grading, doing another lot around here somewhere, same type of property. It's all eastern North Carolina, just flat as a pancake. And, drainage can be a problem. So he'd going out to this property that's nearby, and it's very similar to mine. Had a lot of gum trees in one area, meaning there's a lot of water in that area. So kept telling the guy that was building the same thing, building the metal building, it's gonna take a lot of fill to be able to put a building here. You should move it down. You should move it north about 40 feet, or 20 or 40 feet, something like that, and do that. You'll be better off. But God's like, nah, it has to be right here. So anyway, they ended up putting in, I don't know how many truckloads of fill, but it was almost $50,000 worth of fill and grading to get it to work. And the inspector came out to look at it, and the inspector's asking the contractor, the guy that's doing the grading, why didn't they just move the building down 40 feet, not have to put all this in there? I don't know. That's what I told them, and they just they wouldn't listen. So anyway, just out here cleaning some of this stuff up. Had my or my machinist squares here. Were looking kind of brutal. I mean, they'd put oil on them, but truth is, they'd been in their box here for with a little oil rag over top of them, and hadn't touched them for years. And they needed a little work, so got out the coil and some really fine sandpaper, really fine, to get the surface rust off of them. Now these squares right here, I've had them since probably 92, 93, somewhere in there. And I didn't buy them. Somebody gave them to me along with a bunch of stuff like this here, a bunch of old calipers and stones and some lathe bits and just all kinds of stuff. It's neat stuff. And the guy that gave it to me was parts, some kind of consulting company for doing inventory for auto and motorcycle shops, something like that. So we had become friends of sorts, and I guess he liked me enough to give me these. These were either his grandfather's or his father's. Probably his father's, because this guy was quite a bit older than me. That his father had started off as a machinist in the, I think just before World War II, sometime in the 20s or 30s in there. And he gave them to me, and I've had them ever since and used them quite a bit until I had a stroke. Good things to have around. If you're setting up, getting ready to tap something, you want to make sure your tap's square, or you need to measure something to make sure that it's flat or perpendicular, either one. It's the way to go. I've actually, the first time I used these, I used them to check shift fork on an Ironhead Sportster and make sure the shift fork was straight to the shaft, and used it on shovel heads to make sure shift fork's straight to the shaft. And they're just good to have around for stuff like that. This one here, I haven't used this one. I've used the other ones, the inside and outside mics. And I can't remember where this one was from. It's got a stamping on it. I know some of the other ones were from England, like Sheffield or someplace like that. That's what they had stamped on there, Sheffield. Let me see if I can zoom in on this one. I can't remember where this one was from. I can't even read that. Yeah, I don't know what the hell that says. Can't make that out either. It looks like somebody's name or something they stuck in their tool there. Yeah, I can't see that shit. I really need some new eyes. Anyway, it's neat stuff. Have this stuff laying around like that. especially when somebody gives it to you. And it's got history behind it, and then you actually use it. Now I'm using Kroil on this stuff because I happen to like Kroil. It does a good job at protection, and I actually like the smell of it. I know some people don't, but that's on them. That's not on me. I really need to get them other ones out, inside and outside mics, to do those too. These things really need to be taken better care of, but since I had a stroke a while back, I really pretty much just, a lot of this stuff just got boxed up and stuck on the shelf, and then we moved, and you know how that goes. So we'll put these back in the box here. And wrap them up again in the rags. Stick them back on the shelf. We'll be good to go. And we'll get back to it. Hopefully I can get started on that concrete here shortly, and the building too. It's running late this year. I was really hoping to be up by July 4th, but probably not.